current magazine storage is just in an ammo can, and I really don't like it, so I've decided to make my storage for magazines be inside my gun cabinet, which I'll put on this door. So if you've seen my other videos, my gun cabinet is pretty tall, and I have this one door that I'm not using. The other doors are used for my pistols, as you can see, but this one door is not being used at all. So I've decided to move my magazine storage onto this door, and this video is going to be about making the storage solution that will fit onto this door and will hold my pistol magazines. To make the storage for my magazines, to make shelving basically for my magazines, I'll be using these Poplar hobby boards I got at Home Depot. You can see the size right there. I got 2 of these, and I got 4 of these, which are basically halves of the ones I just showed you. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these. I'm also going to be using leather, and I'm going to make a few shelves for my magazines to go inside my cabinet. Alright, the other thing that I'm going to be using is a few pieces of 1/4-inch ply. So as you can see, pretty thin. And that's all the wood I'll be using for this project. Okay, you can probably guess where this is heading, but we have 8 pieces of shelving here. Actually, I'm going to position them like this so they will fit. Okay. And this doesn't have to be perfect because they're going to be wrapped in felt anyway. But here are these pieces, and here are the short ones. I got some glue. It's you can see it's Tide Bond 2 wood glue. This is the glue I'll be using. You can use whatever you want, and I'm just gonna liberally apply to the short piece. You can see right there, and just put that piece on this side. Okay, and just let it be. Okay, here's the next step. I'm basically going to simply apply glue to a couple of surfaces here, actually corners, because this is not gonna sit completely flush, but this is what we're looking at. And I think at this point you're probably already guessing how the finished product is going to look. But this is the idea. Okay, so the shelves are made, and I've got my leather ready. I've already punched it. So at this point I just need to drill my my shelves to prepare for the for the leather. And basically all I'm going to do is mark off using the holes, because I've kind of free-handed it, mark off centers, and I'm going to use each set individually. Okay, so as you can see, all the holes for the for these leather punches or leather holes have been pre-drilled, and I also made some ports through which I'm gonna screw these in to my door. So the only reason why these holes are so big is because I need to pass a screwdriver, possibly with a screw, through it, and then just screw it into the wall through this opening. And I'm not making anything pretty because, well, you'll see why. It's because everything is going to be covered in felt. So, yep, that's done. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is cover my wooden shelves with plastic food wrap. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to actually go over my leather once more to give it a little bit more well, to make it softer, even softer than it is right now. Okay. I'm just using my old paper towel for this. Okay. So this piece goes on the bottom here, and I've actually prepared my screws. Okay. So we're going to take 2 screws. I guess it would help if I put it through the leather first. Okay, so I'm back. I've got my leather pretty wet, and I'm just going to continue attaching the screws here. Just straighten the leather over and just make it a little bit prettier, I guess, forming the pockets so they're not just kind of very smooth rounded corners, but they have some definition to them. That's basically it. Now you're seeing one pocket basically complete. The other thing that I'm going to do is just round this off. Okay. Essentially just setting this leather down and folding it over this band. Okay, so that's now done. Now I'm going to make the same pocket on this side. And then I'll cut off the excess here. As you can see, there's quite a little bit of excess. So I'll cut this off, and once everything is dry, I'm going to remove it, then cover the wood with felt, attach it to the cabinet door, and then put the leather pockets on it. So that's the process. I'll show you when these are dry how I put the felt on the wood. So stay tuned. Okay, here are the two pockets, or two rows of pockets. As you can see, there is going to be no clearance issues. The magazines will slide straight out, and the pockets can be placed as close as possible together, and nothing is going to interfere with anything. So this is the idea. I'll bring it back for felt wrapping, and then final attachment to the door. Okay? Okay, so this will be the very bottom shelf, and as you can see, I didn't put anything on this shelf because then there'd be no bottom for the pockets, right? And I could have just worked something in with leather to where I would have made the floor, I guess, of the pockets, or the bottoms, but I just didn't feel like well, first of all, I didn't need that much, and also I didn't feel like needing to finish it off with another one of those shelves. I think this aesthetically will look better with felt right here, and then pockets starting at the same angle as the shelf. I think it'll just look better that way. And then if you were to imagine this be the bottom, and just ending abruptly at the pockets, right? So I just think this is better on the bottom. So like you see here, I made these corner endings so that I can still cover the hole on the side. And this now finishes pretty much all of my pockets. I'll show you. Um, I'll show you what it looks like with felt in just briefly, I guess. So stay tuned. Okay. So quick update. This is what I've got now. This is one part. There are no screws in it right now. And that's the second shelf. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. At this point it should be really easy to see the plan. So the wood is going to be wrapped in felt, as I've mentioned before, and leather has been stained. You can see that I've decided to not proceed with individual pockets, simply because this way I can fit 5 magazines on one shelf. Plus the fit is kind of tight. I didn't measure the leather correctly, but whatever. Even if I did, it would still be only 5 magazines. This way 3 magazines can go in one pocket. Okay. This is the product I'll be using. I hope you can see that. This is what I've decided on, and supposedly it works well. So I'm gonna try to spray so that I don't get a lot of mist, because I don't want to ruin everything else that's in the room. Again, I'm going to lower this down, pick everything up all together. Okay, and while holding this, I'm going to slowly lower it, and I'm working the felt on the inside of this hold, just making sure that it gets into that corner. Okay. Clean it up a little. Okay. And I'm gonna pick this thing up and kind of allow it to fall on this. Okay. So that part is done. Alright, so I finished a couple of my magazine pockets, I guess. So here they are. Here's what it looks like. Okay. So that's how this shelf works out. I can still get to my pistols. Obviously it's only one side. Okay. Those are the magazines. Everything comes out, you know, easily. Nothing has to be removed or moved. And then this other shelf is going to go on top of here. Okay. So you can see that I'm going to have additional storage. And then this bottom shelf and its little pieces are going to come up here. Obviously these magazines are going to get pushed up like that. So this is now just drying, but you get the idea and how it's going to look. And I still very much like that I left this shelf untouched, that it's just going to be felt. No pockets on this one. I very much like that. So that's the update.